that place. Boom. Hello and welcome back to another adventure. Haven't been out for a while, and this was originally going to be a wild camp, but I'm in a bit of a recovery at the moment, so it was like, you know, could have been a bit stupid to try and do a wild camp. I have got my camping bag in the car and I made the decision when I got here. I'm recovering from heart surgery, to be honest. I had heart surgery about 3 weeks ago. Following the stroke that I had a hole in my heart, 9 milli hole in your heart. That can't be good for anybody, can it? So today, well, I've not been out for so long, I thought I'll just do a couple of, 3 Wainwrights, and then see how I get on. I'm not going to be pushing it today, just nice and steady. Like I say, see how we get on. I don't want to croak it up here, do I? So I've just parked down at Mungrisdale. It's £4 if you park near the the community hall. I did notice there are some free parking spaces here, but it's always good to give something back to the community if you're parking in the area, and it's all £4 in the box, and away we go. I'm going to be going up Fell, which they pronounce Fell, I think. Bannerdale Crags, and then Bowscale Fell. So hopefully you'll stick along. See how I get on and see how I don't fucking drop dead. Come on, let's do it. So I've opted to go up the nose on Fell. There is another path just skirting the side, but I wanted to try and get up on the top ridge, just see if I can get some decent views. It's been a bit skanky in the lakes over the last few days, lots of flooding. Part of the reason why I decided not to camp as well, really. I have got a new tent and I want to try that, but new tent will be here for next time. There was a 50% sale, can you guess which one I got? Looking over there, that's Little Mel Fell and Great Mel Fell. And then just this way here, there's that's looking up towards Bowscale where we're planning on ending up. So yeah, all good so far. We've also got a new jacket, you probably saw that at the beginning, the Paramo Velez Adventure Smock. I wanted a coat for winter that I'm not having to constantly take on and off when it's raining and the weather goes rubbish. Ironically, I've took it off because its only downside is very warm. So I just thought I'd take it off for this climb. But yeah, so far I'm impressed with it. I had a couple of little tests round near home, and it's performed good. And the reviews I've got from it are all really good too, so I can't see why I'm not going to be impressed with it. Anyway, less waffle and more climbing. Come on. This bunch of fells are right on the far eastern side of the Lake District. There's nothing else. Straight through into the Eden Valley though. I don't know where it goes to then. Maybe on top of the Pennines or wherever, like, you know. But it doesn't mean they've not got little stories to be had. The Fell in, I think it was 1745, I think. The people of Mungrisdale were looking up at the fell, and they could see an army on horseback with carriages going over the top, and they thought there was obviously being attacked at the time. The day after they came up here to have a look, there wasn't a single trace, there wasn't a track, there was nothing. And it turns out, or the experts say, that what they actually saw was a mirage and of the heat haze coming through the off the fell, and the sun shining down on it. It was creating the impression that there was an army going across the top of the fell. So it might be small, it might be out of the way, but they've still got the stories, haven't they? I don't think we've got much further. It reminds me a bit of Barrow, this. Very grassy, and then a couple of little false summits on your way up when you go up the nose on Barrow. You can see our route here. This is Souther Fell. That one there is Bannerdale Crag, and then just up there in the cloud is Bowscale Fell, and then this path here coming down the side is the one that we're going to be taking coming down. I believe there is a steeper path coming off the tongue there, but I'm not doing that. Apparently it's a bit sketchy in places, but I wouldn't mind going up it. Going down is a different thing altogether. Morning. Nope. Nothing. You probably saw it at the beginning. My lace snapped in my boots. Note to self, make sure you've got some spare laces in your bag. Luckily, I had my camping gear today. So in there I've got some spare guy lines. So I've ended up cutting a guy line and putting that in my boot instead. Otherwise it'd have been game over. There you go. That's the summit of Souther Fell. Souther Fell. Don't touch it. That is 522 metres above sea level, or 1713 or 1715, something like that. I'll put it on the screen. Not a very impressive top, is it? But we've ticked it off. Look at these lads. Hello lads, you alright? Having a party? Right, onwards. I don't know if you can just make it out there. Just a little tip there. That sharp edge. Hoping for some better views of that from the top of Bannerdale. I was hoping I could get a couple of nice pictures. So far, I've not had the camera out. It's a bit flat to be fair, but we'll see how we get on. See down there where we're going to cross over, and then we're going up that. Not look too bad, he says. Some nice light now shining through the clouds. Just crossed the bridge below. I was just talking to the guys there paragliding earlier on. They're paragliding off Souther Fell there, and we're going straight up this, and it is steep, steep, steep. I'm hoping get to the top again, get on the ridge, we'll get some better views rather than again walking through the valley, which you can do, and then double back on yourself. I'm not gonna lie, I felt that one. That weren't half a pull. It's easing up a bit now. I decided to leave the coat on this time, just want to see how it breathes. Obviously plenty of venting options with coat, so I've got all the sides open here, so it's going alright actually. Sweating a bit like, but I'm just hoping that once I've got to the top, obviously these Paramo jackets pump out the moisture, so I want to see how it performs. But up to now, all good. Still a bit grim, if I'm being honest, but let's get to the top, see what it's like. There's a closer view of Sharp Edge, shrouded in cloud. We're on the plateau here now, walking towards Bannerdale Crag. I've got a long lens on my camera because every so often when I get a break in the cloud, looking over towards Sharp Edge, makes for some nice pictures. I need to be cracking on getting this done, not stopping taking pictures of that. Enjoying it too much. Not been out for so long, not been at Lake District since our last failed wild camp on, oh god I can't remember, Sheffield Pike. So yeah, not much crap going on in your life. 3 attempts to go to the Caribbean on holiday, I cancelled all 3. How unlucky is that? Not trying for that anymore. I'll go somewhere else. Something's telling me not bother. But for now, Bannerdale Crag is a destination. That's not the summit, but I just wanted to come and have a look at it. There you go. That's the summit of Bannerdale Crags, 683 metres above sea level and 244 in all money. Look at that. Quickly going to get the camera out, try and get a picture of that. See you in a minute. Well, we're saying bye to Bannerdale Crags and we're off to the final summit of the day and the highest. It's just coming into view there actually, just up there. That's Bowscale Fell. So I'm going to put a bit of a spurt in now and then get to the top. Nice drop there, isn't there? Better make an epic scramble up there. Let's see if I can have a look a bit better over there. This is me pointing a spurt on, by the way. It's as quick as you get, I'm afraid. We're nearly at the summit. There's the Fell. There's where we were 5 minutes ago, up on Bannerdale Crag. Obviously there's Blencathra, and summit is in sight. Here's the shelter on the summit of Bowscale, but I'm guessing that's the top. But I'm touching the shelter and I'm touching that because I'm not coming back Well, not for a while anyway. Need to finish the others first before I start round 2. Well, I've touched that one, but I think that just might be a cairn. I think the shelter's the summit. So I've touched them both, and this is the summit, Bowscale Fell, 702 metres above sea level, 2,303 feet above sea level. The final one for today. Short days at the moment. We're in November now. It's going dark at like 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna ship straight down now off the edge and get back to the car before we lose the light. We've yet to do all them. Carrot Fell and Great Lingy and all that. All the ones at the back of Skidder and Blencathra. But see if we can bag all them in like sort of one big loop. But anyway. Well, I've made it back to the diagonal path that goes down inside. I think it's the tongue. That's where it was earlier. That's Bannerdale Crags. Looking at the Wainwright boots, there's like a scramble you can do up through them crags. I reckon that'd be interesting. Not for today, but maybe another time. But for now, we're losing the light already, to be fair. It's not even 2 o'clock. Wind's getting up, and as they predicted, the weather's turning now. Rain's supposed to be coming in and fog, so that's half the reason why I didn't camp as well. So there's always another day. Well, that's a reasonable path to get you down if ever you get stuck up there, you know, up on Bowscale Fell, and obviously the weather comes in or anything like that, so it's always worth knowing. Decent path out there, and head to Mungrisdale. It's a bit grim now, so I'm just going to finish off this. It just goes through the valley. I don't think there'll be much to show, so I'll show a couple of pictures what I've taken while I've been out. There ain't many, but I'll bring you back when I get to the car and see what the stats are for today. Catch you in a bit. Enjoy the pictures. At least the course getting a test anyway. See if it keeps me dry. Well, that's it, the end of another adventure. Enjoyed that one. Sorry it wasn't a camp, but I mean, I know now that I'm glad I didn't take the camping bag. I think it had been too much, to be fair, so it was good to have a bit of a test. But I know when I get home I'm going to be disappointed I didn't camp tonight, but it is what it is, you know what I mean, so we'll see, maybe next time. Hope you enjoyed the pictures I've just put at the end, and hopefully I'll be out again soon. Thanks very much for watching, catch you later.